Continuing with 12-3, Part 1. Let's find the length of the missing side of the right triangle of C. So I have a leg 10.5, a hypotenuse of 17.5. It's the side opposite the right angle. So I'm missing a leg. I'm going to let the side missing be represented with A. I'm going to let this side be B. And of course, my hypotenuse is always C, looking at triangle C. So I have A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. A, I'm looking for, plus B is 10.5 squared equals to C is 17.5 squared. Okay? So using my calculator, 10.5 times 10.5 gives you 110.25 equals to 17.5 squared, which is 17.5 times 17.5 is 306.25. We're solving for A squared, so let's subtract the 110.25 from both sides. Therefore, I find A squared is equal to, when you subtract on the right side, you get 196. Now take the square root of both sides. So A is equal to, when you take the square root of 196, it's 14. So the length of the other leg of this triangle for C is 14. A was 14. I had A equaling 14. B is 10.5. They're both smaller than my hypotenuse. Always check that. And now the last triangle is D. So let's look at D. I have the hypotenuse, that's C. I'm going to let this side equal A, that's a leg, and I'm missing a leg. So I can use the Pythagorean theorem of a right triangle to find the missing side of the triangle, and I'm missing a leg. So I have A squared plus B squared equals to C squared. A is 15 squared plus B squared equals to, I know C is 25 squared. Well, 15 times 15 is 225 plus B squared equals to 25 times 25 gives you 625. You're solving for B squared. So let's subtract 225. Isolate your variable. Get the variable on one side by itself. So move your constant by subtracting. Subtract 225 from both sides. So I get B squared is equal to 625 minus 225 is 400. To go from B squared to B, let's take the square root of both sides. So B is equal to, if you punch in your calculator the square root of 400, you get 20. So the length of the other leg of this right triangle is 20. Make sure that the two legs are smaller than the hypotenuse, and it is.